Fnatic's turn to ban.
So far, so always great to be back in this region. You know, I love covering these games. You know me, Mike, I'm biased for this region, and we start off with what must be one of the more exciting matchups you're going to see so far. TNC up against Fnatic off the bat.
Yeah.
So you've got what a lot of people would peg as the #1 and #2 team. Well, at least #1 for Fnatic. TNC.
Don't say TNC is the #1 or #2 team. They've got to prove themselves against them.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Yeah.
Well, of all things, between these two teams, and you know what, you did say they're the #1 and #2. Yeah, there's been some ups and downs right now, but mostly for TNC, they're been a bit, you know, up and down with their performances.
Yeah.
However, I have seen them changing their drafts up a bit. The playstyle has been changing a little bit. They've been adapting. They've been bringing me a lot of confidence, John. I think that they have a pretty good chance of at least starting off this tournament pretty well up against Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully so, because for me, their performance has been more than up and down. It's been lackluster. I think it's the kindest way I can put it, and that draft change helps them out. Based on what I've been seeing, though, it doesn't feel like it's going to be quite enough, although it has helped them out in their past few series and a different tournament. So we'll see if that carries over. You have to look at the bans, though, and I love seeing this from Fnatic, from TNC. They take out that Ember Spirit, which Fnatic has been really flexible with. I think they've run it on DJ, they've run it on Ice in the off lane, they run it on Savage, and you run it on Moon. So you just take away the super flexible pick, and it kind of simplifies how you match up. Of course, there are still a couple of picks Fnatic could go for here. You don't see the Chen ban out, right? Like we've seen Jabs play that, we've seen Ice play that, so you still have an opening like that left for Fnatic. TNC are just kind of taking out these big, annoying Ice heroes so far. Batrider and Tim from the pool, so you don't have to deal with those slippery heroes anymore.
Well, I don't blame them though, right? The last time we were watching and casting Fnatic, it was really Ice, making all the space for Savage, setting up the team fights, doing the initiations, being the most annoying possible player he could be in a game. I don't blame them for just focusing on his heroes and making sure he can't have the game he'd prefer to have. Nevertheless, the bans are over. TNC actually banning out the Morphling themselves, not wanting to give it over to Savage. And in all fairness, the last time we did see Savage playing, and I believe it was during the BTS Pro Series #1, he was doing a lot of great work on that Morphling. However, Fnatic, they go for the first pick Earthshaker, TNC Predator, straight into the Phoenix.
Yeah, this is something TNC has in particular been picking a lot. It's not a very recent thing though. Like I feel like that's been there before. You do have the potential now for what usually is the March Phoenix.
We've cast in particular, the Death Prophet just doesn't seem to work very well. It does open up for Fnatic to pick up a Terrorblade with that DP, which we do tend to see a lot, that specific combination of DP Terrorblade. But that makes it even worse. I can't remember the last time we saw that combo win. Not to say it's bad in any sense, I think just the amount of CDs you have to, the cooldowns you have to wait on. You have to wait on the meta, you have to wait on the exorcism. If either of these heroes die in a team fight and they buy back, both those abilities are gone. Right? So you kind of just can't buy back once you've committed those skills. I don't know if Fnatic's going to go for that terribly. I kind of hope they don't and go for something a bit more fast-paced, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think if they were going to go for the Terrorblade though, and the Oracle's in the pool, oh well, no, it's not anymore. It was banned by TNC right before. So it's a bit more tricky to make that Terrorblade work. I don't think it's a great option without the Oracle in this kind of specific lineup. TNC does respond pretty strong. The Lina makes an appearance here for TNC, and there is some flexibility to the hero. We've seen it in the pause 4 position a couple of times, but it's also a very solid mid for them to have if they want to toss it there. If it is going to be the DP mid, I don't think Lina struggles too much. So you're still going to be able to find some presence in that lane. It's not going to be a very free lane for the DP.
No, I don't think it will be. Not up against the Lina. Of course, it can be run as a pos 4 Lina. It's just a nice flex pick, right, for the side of TNC Predator. They can switch things up later on if they really want. Just run it as a pos 4 and choose something else for the mid lane. And speaking of as well, right, I thought when we saw the Brewmaster Phoenix opening here from TNC, I thought that would be the laning matchup right there for TNC for the off lane. Because you've got Fire Spirits into the Cinder Brew. So you can ignite the Cinder Brew so easily in lane. And it can be a rather disgusting combination because you just get burnt to death. Because you're drenched in alcohol apparently when the Cinder Brew comes out. But I don't know, we'll see how they lane this if it is going to be a pos 4 Lina. For now at least we'll assume it's a pos 2. Fnatic, they go into the Weaver. I don't know where they're putting that. I was kind of assuming it was going to be support, but it should be a core Weaver if we are going to have that pos 4 Earthshaker. And TNC Predator now revealing that is going to be a mid laner. They will go for the pos 4 Mirana.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid draft so far from TNC. The one worry is that you don't really have the best lockdown here. You really have Light Strike Raze your best bet.
Yeah.
And beyond that, you're going to be hoping on... you're going to be hoping on landing the arrow perhaps as follow-up or having the egg channel true, which can be tricky. So there are certain things TNC has to watch out for with that Mirana pick. Of course, it's just strong in lane. You're going to find the EXP. Fnatic, though, they pick up the NP. So really flexible right now from Fnatic. More than likely, we're going to see a support NP in this case along with a Shaker. That does seem pretty greedy, but if you had to run one of these heroes to support, it's probably, although again, we've seen support DP before, we've seen support Weaver before, so there is a lot of room for Fnatic to just kind of toss these heroes around. And it does make it a little bit trickier for TNC to figure out what they want to do, but the strength of this draft from Fnatic is that they have great push. You have the DP and the NP. They're going to be able to melt these towers around. You still have to focus on the exorcism, but beyond that, the objectives early on shouldn't hold up for too long.
I like what I'm seeing here from Fnatic. I've got to be honest, right? Their push potential is just so... It's already so potent here from Fnatic. I agree that maybe that support duo is going to be a little bit greedy though. If they can't get a good start off, it could be quite disastrous for them. I do like the final ban outs that came out from both. However, TNC, they ban out the Lycan. They don't want to deal with that added potential push that could come out from Fnatic. And Fnatic ban out the Riki. And from their previous 2 series on the side of TNC in a different league entirely, they did run 3 out of 4 games with a Riki pos 1. So apparently TNC are enjoying this pos 1 Riki at the moment. I can't quite blame them. I think it's fantastic right now. It would not be available, however, on Fnatic now. For their final pickup, seemingly still are missing some kind of pos 1 hero here, unless it's going to be the Weaver safely, which I don't think it is, but you never really know. It should be Savage's hero here.
from the Weaver and Venge. Just a minus armor that can build up if you have those bugs land on you for a while. Does mean you're gonna melt really quick. So there's a very basic synergy from Fnatic. Not the best team fight. You're riding off the back of DJ Shaker entirely for that one, for the most part. But
Yeah.
if you, as long as you don't get caught out by the egg and you don't clump up for a big LSA, TNC's team fight isn't as amazing as well. Although the Brewmaster is gonna be really hard to deal with.
That is true, right? They don't really have anything to do with that Brewmaster. Like, you've got the silence there from the DP to try and delay things a little bit, but overall, KP should have a pretty nice time. Mind you, I believe KP is still playing from Australia, so he probably will still have those massive ping issues that you tend to have going from Oz to C. And TNC Predator,
What?
I could have sworn we were just watching a droid, John. They choose the PA. This is a hero I don't see them picking ever on the side of TNC, but I don't think it's actually that bad. I don't see anything that can really control the PA, apart from the Earthshaker and Venge, but even then, it's kind of like, are you actually going to have enough control through those two supports to really hold him down long enough, especially once he's got a BKB up. Once Gabby gets a BKB, there's nothing stopping him from just jumping into a team fight and essentially doing whatever he wants. So I like the pick up here from TNC. I just kind of wonder what kind of build he goes for. Like, do you go greedy and go into a B Fury? Do you go for a Desolator into a BKB? I would prefer to see the Deso, I think, but maybe it's up to Gabby. We'll find out soon, John. Game 1 about to start for BTS Pro Series Season 2.
Yeah, it's a really exciting draft from both sides as well. Key thing here is Fnatic is super tied into the timer. Right? The DP means that they're going to have to revolve around Exorcism for a while in the early game, and TNC, they don't really care as much. Like, they've got the split from the Brew, the Phoenix ult, I guess, if they wanted to, but Lina, PA, Mirana, they can just off the bat by the time they hit 6. So you look towards TNC to play the faster game, to force Fnatic to take fights they can't without Exorcism, and try to push an advantage in that way.
Oh, here we go. Everyone's just going to die. No! Oh, DJ's disappeared. DJ's gone, ladies and gentlemen. Probably should have done this a little earlier. We're on to the game now.
That wasn't too bright.
And of course, as is tradition, we must have a pause at the start of the game, and here it is. This time around it was, I believe, TNC giving us the pleasure of this pause, John. You must be feeling very, very happy about this.
Oh yeah. It's not a Southeast Asian game unless one of the players disconnects, and it is DJ, but TNC is the one to pause, so they're acting like the gentleman here and using their own pause, and there you go. DJ's back, at least. Not the longest pause.
I had time to find a snack.
Go ahead. It is going to be a savage safe lane Weaver with Jump there on the event. They are going to have that off-lane Nature's Prophet you talked about from Ice, and of course the mid-DP.
Yeah, it's
I don't really know what to expect from the Pos 1 Weaver though. Like, I always figured it was going to be rather strong, but...
March. March was asking Ice if he got added to the avoid list. It's always nice to see that. Poor March.
Anyway. March is really wanting to know if Ice actually avoided him.
Oh boy. See, that's one of the nice things, right? When you've got teams like this that play so often against each other, there is a bit of camaraderie, friendly banter between teams, and it's always nice to see that.
Definitely is, John. Funny, we didn't even talk about the Tim's Mirana, John. That's the last time we saw Tim's Mirana, he was doing so much work on this hero.
At last,
I look forward to seeing what kind of plays he makes this time around. They will allow the top bounty room to go away, but they will grab the bottom one. So it'll be a 2-for-2 trade on bounties. This game, a very nice even start. But Tim's is going to start on the off lane there with KP, but I imagine he will probably just roam as that possible Mirana, as he always does. No real point in him staying in the lane with KP for an extended period of time. can't really do too much.
Yeah, it's not the most active dual lane, but again, we've seen Tims just be disruptive, maybe just go for the camps or constantly harass jabs. That's really the way to do it. KP shouldn't have too much trouble up against Savage, although Savage can at least play with a Shukuchi, but beyond that, you know, it's a Brewmaster. He's got his ways to be annoying.
That he does. Looking at that mid lane, we do have the Lena versus D. Something like the quick Deso can really be out of control on the Weaver. That missile there. It'll be on Tims, but he'll be just perfectly fine to out of there and continuously harass out Jabs and Savage. Surprisingly enough, Tims hasn't actually left the lane at all, but with that Sentry Ward, he has been really abusing Savage with those auto attacks and Starfall. The RKB gonna help out, make sure they secure both these bounty runes. Well, at least for now, it seems as though TNC has found a 3-for-1 trade on those bounties.
Yeah, just again a little bit of a lead for TNC early on, and Fnatic's just not getting the control you'd expect them to take on the map. So it is a bit rougher here in the laning stage, but this is exactly what TNC wants to do. Their lineup is just geared towards being a bit faster.
Tim's now looking for a courier snipe. He's got two right in front of him, and what a time to put an observer ward down to see both. The bench tries to get a courier back. That one's gone.
Just went belly
Of course,
up.
you definitely want to get that Weaver courier as well, as it's much more important, but it looks like Savage is going to be very, very patient. Arrow from Jabs, or rather Tims does land on Jabs. Now Jabs, with the Cinder Brew, will probably burn out here. Starfall there from Tims to secure the kill.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Well, that TP, a bit of wishful thinking, perhaps just forgetting where Tims was. They do secure another kill on TNC.
Yeah, again, it's just a much stronger start. I like how aggressive Tims has been in going around his jungle area. I mean, it's a Mirana, right? You're going to be at those camps anyway to pop a creeper to with a Sacred Arrow. It's not the safest time for a support to even just go for a pull up against that lane.
Bottom tower is under
Bottom
attack.
lane, however, move.
Radiant
Make push down the bot lane. Fisher was there, but the Phoenix will, of course, Icarus diving away. Meanwhile, KP ends up killing off Savage again. Savage doesn't seem very happy with it. It's the second time he's died this game.
Bottom tower is staggering.
They are, of course, pushing that T1 tower, but TPs are coming in. Oh no, he wants to try and get into this. LSA does land with the Dragon Slave, and now Gabby blinks in, but a nice Fisher from DJ. That'll block off the other two heroes from TNC, and now Luke. He wants to chase further onto Gabby. He doesn't have any Spirit Siphons. And that is going to matter, because Gabby will just be able to run away, but at least DJ will find the courier of the PA. And with that, T1 going down, they will just head out.
It's a successful use of the exorcism. You still do manage to find a tower. You found a kill on Lina as well. So overall, you are happy, and that does give Fnatic a slight net worth advantage. Not much. It's still fairly even on board. But as long as Moon plays around that exorcism and forces the objectives, you are buying a lot of space for someone like Savage to find some farm.
And that's the thing as well, right? Like, you look at TNC's lineup, and they weren't really able to trade T1s at that moment. And that's really one of the strengths about the DP, is you can push in a T1 tower that early, and the likelihood is the other team won't really find a trade. Exactly what happened to TNC now. KP will probably slowly, chip away at that T1 tower up to the top lane, but it's going to take a while. He is a Brewmaster after all. In fact, speaking of KP, he has hit level 6, so you'd expect maybe he'd call for a smoke now from his team. Maybe try to make it something very early happen with that primal split timing.
Yeah, it's going to be key for TNC in terms of team fights. If they wanted to, they're going to have to drag KP. Again, you could go hunting as well with Armel, but doesn't look like TNC wants to take that time off. They'd rather farm up on these wars.
Might be in trouble. There was a magic missile there. KP, he's kind of just trapped up right now. Great tree block from my side, but KP will get out of there. But now DJ Fisher actually going to block himself in. So, not the greatest Fisher. It probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. I think KP was just out of there scot-free. He's just going to walk away from the scenario. You look up top though, Armel and Tims are around the area if they want to try and commit that primal split, but looks like Armel is going to be just focused on trying to stack up some camps and just go ahead and take those. Yeah. He's played his farm even more so on that lane. He has fallen behind a little bit.
Yeah, it is space buying for both teams. I'm actually a bit surprised that the bot lane still has Savage up against Gabby. Both sides can just farm up in this scenario. It's just that you don't normally see two pause ones farming against each other at this point in the game.
Dire's top tower.
The thing is with Savage though, he can do it so safely on that Weaver, right? Like, you see Gabby, he just TPs out. He knows there's no point. He's going to join his team and try to make a push happen up that top tier 1 tower. But I love this from Fnatic. If you're going to go for that top tier 1, we're going to force him this bottom tier 2 tower. I couldn't agree more with that one, to be honest with you, John. But they are going to back off now, in fact, going up to that mid lane after forcing the glitch. And yeah, no, they're just gonna climb up that mid lane a bit. They left Ice there, do a bit of chip damage on that bottom tier 2 tower. That'll pretty much be it. They won't commit all the way.
Yeah, a bit surprising. They had the Exorcism up and running on Moon. You could have just gone for it, but I guess with the Arcane, you could try to go now and get yourself some more efficient cooldowns, although every single second where Moon's not using it while it's up, of course, is kind of wasted time for the DP, so you'd want to see Fnatic take some action fairly soon.
They might just set up for that mid lane push, which is arguably much more important anyway than that bottom tier 2 tower. Of course, he does have the siege creep, so he will make the go-ahead.
To Radiant's middle
There's a lot of rotations in from TNT, however. Moonlight Shadow, and I say though, not landing on Moon. He's just going to run away now onto Armel with that Spirit Siphon. There's the egg being dropped right in the middle of all this. They're going to be able to burn that one down, or maybe not. No, they do find it, but Moon, he's in big, big trouble. He will end up dying on the DP as Savage. He'll try and chase Armel on that Lena. Can he actually fight him though? Not quite. He'll go after KP instead. Echo being committed to block down KP, but he is so tanky on this Brewmaster. But now with the tree block, he should be quite susceptible to going down, and does. Nice, keep things away. However, nice cancellation from Tim's. Just being an absolute pest on that Mirana. Savage tried to punish him for that, but ultimately we'll have to let him go. However, Savage scared up that TP. Looks like he did not. Armel will just be able to freely farm up. However, Gabby now going to be chased down by Savage. Savage being very, very aggressive on this Weaver. Just not really committing to farm, just wanting to fight with his team constantly.
And I think that's something the Weaver does spectacularly well. He just has a lot of damage to start with. You don't need too many items to come out. In fact, he's just going straight for the Dezo. Just wants all the minus armor in the world along with Avenge, and I think that's really the best way to maximize that Weaver. It helps you in a push as well. So once Fnatic has that up and running in Savage, it should be a bit easier to chip away at these towers as well.
My only concern is though, you don't really want to fall too far behind here. Farm, right? Because you look at Gabby on that PA. He's farming very well right now. He's at 5k net worth, and well, surprisingly enough, John, he actually is going to go for the Battle Fury build. Mid lane, however, Armel getting caught by the Fisher. Moon going to go in with the Exorcism again. Armel in big, big trouble right now. He will end up dying. Magic Missile and a swat from Jack straight onto Tim's. That was a great swat coming out mid-league. He does leap again, but he should end up dying here. That crit swat is going to be enough for Moon. Savage. T3 tower. He does have time lapse, I suppose, so he could make that happen, but ultimately we'll back out of there.
Yeah, that was a very optimistic jump, and Ice now as well, just TPing to that outpost alone.
Got ensnared by that dominating creep, but Ice just an expert at getting tree blocks off. It's another tree block, this time on the dominating creep, and now they sprouted up, and that's going to be a free 200 gold. No, it won't be, because KP dominated another creep before it went down.
Yeah, it's just these small plays from both sides, maximizing efficiency. It's always nice to see, and it does help that both sides are fairly even. You're not getting even any of those small advantages, so you can see just still a less than 1k lead for Fnatic, 5-6. Objectives are fairly, well, slight advantage for Fnatic, but they haven't really done too much to these tier 2s just yet, and you would like to see this lineup start to move up there. You've got the Blade Mail up on Moon, so you can cop a little bit more, but there is a smoke from TNC.
Rush up towards that top lane. Ice going to be in trouble. Get through from there from Armel, and of course you have the arrow coming in. And even Laguna from Armel, that was a bit unnecessary. KP found the kill anyway on the Brewmaster, surprisingly enough. It does take about half a second for the damage of Laguna to tick in. Ultimately, TNC really just wanted that kill. They didn't want to play around at all. Yeah,
I don't think Fnatic's too distraught from losing Ice at this point. I think their bigger cure to protect is actually DJ. And we've seen this time and time and again. When they pick up that Shaker, they wait around for the blink, and DJ is very close to that blink, so expect Fnatic to be a bit more active once it's up. They should be a little bit better to take these fights, and March
is about to take the plunge.
Lane is being twisted for March. He is going to be in trouble down the bot lane, sprouted up and Fisher, just in case. Coming out with DJ. They're going to trade this bottom tier 2 tower again. The problem is it has been blipped. Savage gonna come in on the Weaver. Has the Blightstone to really escalate things a little bit on this
Radiant's
tower.
bottom tower is under attack.
But it is still proving to be a slow process without the Desolator up.
Bounty.
You know what's not slow, John? DJ. He's got his Blink Dagger up on the Earth Shaking now, 15 minutes in. That's some very, very nice timing
Radiant's
on that
bottom
Earth Shaking.
tower faces a
Now you're just
stiff wind.
always going to have to be concerned about that Blink Echo.
Dire's top tower
You
is
see a
under
Moonlight
attack.
Shadow coming out as a smoke was coming in. Arrow connecting on the DP through the smoke. And that'll give them the information that there was a smoke going on.
It's lost bound.
Even that dominated creep from KP. Trying to scout out the high ground right now. TNC. They did back out for a bit, but they are coming back in now. Moon has to be very, very wary of that. Armel will make it known that they are there, and ultimately, he will be safe. They'll back off again.
Yeah, I think overall these kinds of trades for Fnatic, for TNC aren't too bad. They're not fighting under these big ults, although Tims gets caught out.
Yeah, but he has leap. He should be fine. Just leap out of there.
Yeah, but this is a lot of time where Fnatic has not used the exorcism. Well, they already haven't quite revealed the blink. They need to start using these spells soon because there is a lot of space being given to Gabby. He should be able to farm up and finish up that Battle Fury fairly soon, and then the farm really kicks in for PA. It's going to be easier to clear out those waves that Ice 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 is trying to shove out, and this will just feed into the pocket of her PA.
He just needs a Void Stone now, so Gabby, about 200 gold off. Very nice timing on him for that Battle Fury as well. Considering he went for the double 8 fan and treads beforehand. Well, Fnatic, they're going to try and force from the top tier 1 now.
Under attack.
That Exorcism is up.
Dire's
Moon
middle
is holding on to
tower
it
is
for the moment.
drowning.
Well, Tims is there to clear out the creep wave, so he definitely is going to need to commit that Exorcism. But for now, he just continues to hold out on it. They'll smoke up. They're going to try and loop around through that Radiant Triangle, it seems. You do have Savage there with the Desolator now, so they want to just try and surprise them with this item. They won't actually find a way into that top lane, so rather they'll go down to the bot side jungle. Nobody's there, however. It's only really Armel, but even he's kind of on the outer skirts of that jungle. Maybe they spot him out with this vision. Savage, no, he didn't quite get there. Jabs. Still not spotting him out. Armel, though, he did see something. Jabs, he'll just place a deep observer ward. Looks like he'll back out. Unfortunately for him, it is underneath the sentry ward already, so that is going to get de-watered rather quickly.
Yeah, and again, Fnatic, this really hurts them a lot more. It's just that TNC's finding a lot more farm off the map. You see Gabby finished up that Battle Fury. It's going to kick in. They've got to make something happen. TNC is enjoying the space, and they're going to have issues with that Brewmaster as the game goes on. He is also starting to build up into that Vlad's. That's just going to help keep Gabby alive as well.
They try to make a
Radiant's
play
top
down to
tower is
Phoenix,
on the
but
run.
ultimately they did miss out. Savage does reveal the Desolator as well now, so TNC going to be well aware of
Has
that.
fallen.
They're just sticking us 3 up at that top lane as Fnatic is still looking for a straggler here up at that top lane. But instead, with that early Desolator, it looks like they're going to try and force a team fight by taking Roshan. And of course, you do have the DP ult. This will be a rather quick Roshan, but TNC does scout it out with a quick arrow. That's a lot of damage on Moon already. This could be really bad for Fnatic if TNC do pump in. Moon just getting bashed to death, but that Roshan is so low, and it looks like TNC are unwilling to contest.
Go will.
TNC did buy out a smoke, but he was just, it was way too late. So now the rest of TNC, they're just going to try and stay away from Fnatic and keep farming up, but Moon is making the chase right now. Smoke from March, they're going to run straight back into Moon now, so Smoke is broken. KP, he gets silenced up, there's the Moonlight Shadow, the dust is out from DJ. Down the Sunray trying to heal up KP. Echo, they don't want him to slip. He will probably get it off, however, they just can't stun him long enough. They don't have the damage output. Now DJ will end up going down straight off the bat and Savage. He's been summed up. Look good. Straight to the face, and now Egg can be dropped straight after the Aegis. Does he get stunned? Not quite. He gets out of range, but Gabby jumps in after Jabs. Does find the bench. Savage still trying to fight back, and he comes through once again. Gabby, who are you going to aim for? He'll go after Savage. Savage looks the Gucci away. Meanwhile, Moon getting taken down. He will die on the DP, and this is looking really bad for Fnatic as that arrow going through, not really connecting on anyone. The TNC looking so darn strong in this early stage of the game. Just deleting that Aegis straight off the bat and taking a 4-0 trade.
Yeah, the biggest issue for Fnatic there was that Savage was caught out in the LSA. They expend the Echo to try to burst down the Brew, but their main damage dealer was not able to do damage, and that just costed them. They needed a lot more to focus down on KP, and it's just not there. So Fnatic needs to either build damage up or build control up, but through in not enough. They're gonna need jabs around with the additional stun if they really want to take care of KP before the split. Beyond that, you know, you expend those very big spells to try to get that done. This does mean that DJ will have to sit in the back for a bit longer, and that is more time for TNC to take. They're not constrained to those long cooldowns. I mean, yeah, they've got to split an egg, but the PA and the Lina hit really hard regardless of those spells. So they're just able to constantly stay out there in the lanes and farm up.
DJ almost found Tim's there, TPing out on the sidelines. Couldn't quite get the Fisher out in time. Do have Moon now though. He has a BKB up on that DP, so that should help the cause a little bit. Especially because we do see him getting bursted down very quickly during these team fights. Needs that magic immunity. They'll try to build into the same on that lean up. Opting for that mobility in the 4-star fuels first. Even Ice, he picks up the mech straight into the pipe. It's feeling like he needs to really add some durability here for the side of Fnatic, and I can't really disagree with that.
Yeah. Oh. Smoke out. They do have their ults back.
Savage. Take the front lines. Does find the courier of Armel, though opts to not go for it. Instead, Armel will break the smoke, and now they spot him out. He's going to try and make a TP out of here with the Moonlight Shadow. Does he have enough time? He does not. DJ was there in time for the fish, and now he will die. Great play there from DJ. Looks like that'll be it for Fnatic. Nobody else is showing on the map right now, so they won't have any other options. Just have to get back to farming here on this dire side.
Scanning for enemies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good kickoff on Armel. I don't think that's really the issue. The Lina is not that rich. Like, you talk about the itemization, but Hurricane Pike and Yule, it's all about utility for Armel. The biggest issue right now is Gabby. 12k net for now, 2k above everyone else from Fnatic. Has the BKB up and running. So you don't have control for the PA. That's going to be a lot of time where Gabby can just jump in and crit out and really burst everyone down.
Handle this deluge.
I do like the fact he's going for that Desolator straight after. Really wanting to amplify that damage. Just went for the safe route first, making sure he couldn't be perma-stunned here by the Shaker then.
Radiant's middle tower is under.
Arrow, gonna fly out, won't connect on anything. TP tower going down fairly quickly here, and all they can hope to do is deny it, but the Moon does find the final right click.
Dire's bottom tower
Now,
is about
on the
to
side of TNC,
flounder.
they can try and smoke again if they so wish. Tim's does have 2 in the bag right now, so they probably will. Don't have Moonlight Shadow off though, so perhaps not. That'd be just an idea to wait. No, they are going to smoke. Do they find anyone from Fnatic, however? Very hard to get into this dire side triangle. Both going to be broken there on Tim's. He's going to realize exactly where they are, but again, how do you get in there? KP, his smoke broken as well. Jabs. They'll just secure the boundary rune down to the bot lane and that'll be it. They won't find any kind of hero pick off there. I think you could set up for a bottom tier 2, tier 1 push though, right? With this BKB on Gabby. You should be feeling very, very confident to make this happen.
Yeah, they've got their ults up and running as well. The split is up, the egg is up. Not too much to worry about from that point, although TNC is playing rather conservatively. They're not quite shoving in the lane, and they'll just kind of take their time there. This is giving Fnatic some time to farm. No real objective for them to push into, so there's no real trade to be made here.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Yeah, but just make the push.
Dire's bottom
Fnatic
tower
trying to do the
has
same up at the
fallen.
top lane, but they'll have to work towards the tier 2 tower.
Dire's
They are
bottom
hanging
tower
around mid, but that mid tier 2 has
fall.
already gone down, so now Moon moving on to the top tier 2.
Double damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, they don't actually commit to it, they just kind of send the trees in. But all this time has given Gabby better, and he just continues to
They're
fight an
trying to
item every
bring
couple
down
of minutes, it
Radiant's
seems.
top tower.
He's going to start building into that Satanic next. They may want to try and defend this top tier 2 tower, however. Moonlight Shadow going to be used, but KP will reveal it quite obviously. They don't really mind, they just wanted to get the defense off. Fnatic seem unwilling to take a 5v5.
Yeah, this is really surprising. Again, we've been talking about this for nearly the entire game, but Fnatic has not been playing around the Exorcism as much as you'd expect. They've taken their time, they've been happy to hang it off cooldown like this for a while, and I think that hurts them a lot more than it hurts TNC. You want to really use that spell early while it's strong. With the BKBs up and running now on TNC side, feels like that is a bit of a missed opportunity. They can still make things happen, but you're gonna have to initiate really well with DJ to lock that PA in first before anything else can happen.
Fnatic take over that Radiant side jungle, it seems. Nobody there from the side of TNC. They have the Hellbird up now on Ice on that Native Prophet, but as you already know, there's a BKB there on Gabby anyway. You won't mind that Hellbird too much as soon as he does get the BKB off at the right time. Ice, he does himself up at that top lane. Gabby also revealing himself by taking that outpost. But now the side of Fnatic gonna find Tins here and they're just gonna be able to blow him up very quickly. They do get a gem out of that. It's actually a pretty decent kill, and now Ice trying to scan out with the Sprout. They miss out on Armel. The rest of TNC also just going to TP out there
For
immediately.
enemies.
So that's a fairly big loss 28 minutes in, just losing that gem on your possible Mirana. Not great news.
Yeah, it's gonna really make it harder to find those Moonlight Shadow rotations out. Also makes it a lot less safe to drop those wards on ground. So it limits the movement range of TNC just a bit, and it really helps Savage out. I think that's one other factor. It's like he doesn't need to worry about constant vision while he's out scooching, so there's a little bit more leeway for how far the Weaver can dive in. And again, it's a rather slow game for the past few minutes, but it's still fairly even on the board. At some point, Fnatic will have to make a move, right? Like they are relying on getting that jump before any more BKBs come out, and so far, again, it's only been Gabby. So if they can find anyone else, force a pick off out, they could probably take the following teamfight if they wanted to.
You wouldn't mind just waiting for Savage to pick up an MKB though, right? Like, just having that MKB up against the PA does seem quite nice.
Yeah.
Shoot it up, and he's making his way there, but TNC, they've smoked up.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Spotting out the side of Fnatic, but not breaking the smoke yet.
Tower. Just Dire's middle tower is
High
down.
ground. Moonlight round moves, gonna be the real time here. The other side, with the Laguna, they blow him up straight away. And the rest of Fnatic, of course, will not be willing to take this team fight without their DP available.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Instead,
Dire's middle tower is under
Don't step
attack.
into one
Dire's
tower.
middle tower has fallen. Double dip.
Savage?
Roshan? Savage. Getting jumped on right now. He will time lapse away. The rest of Fnatic just gonna TP up.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad timing for them. It's going to be a really easy take for TNC. They do spot it out with DJ now.
They do. Ice gonna jump in with the strap. However, KP jumps in with the split. There will be a swap out on DJ, but KP gonna focus him down. LSA not connecting to the swap. He's got the swap attack taking care of it now. Gabby, he will find the Weaver in time, and he can just clean up straight afterwards. Fighting jabs as well. Four Ice flying in the air. Moon has joined in with the exorcism and his own BKB, but Gabby does not seem afraid, or maybe he does. Wants to blink out of there. They definitely want to stick around for this Roshan. Moon blinking forward for another blink away from the PA. Now the arrow from Tims. They can turn on this, but Ice TPing in the back lines. Laguna there on Moon. Falling very, very low. Tims does not connect the Starfall. And now Ice getting jumped on again by Gabby, but no lucky crits. Roshan still very, very low. Both teams actually just backing out of there. Remaining on their respective high grounds.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Well, Fnatic, they could always try to sneak their way back into that Roshan pit, but the problem is they're not really in position with their Weaver yet.
Warriors of the
Nah, they do have the slam. They have a bit of a spell advantage in that area. At least DJ did manage to hold out there. And I love seeing that play coming out from TNC. They focused down a lot on making sure DJ wouldn't go in with slam. They just always made sure he was being hit, always had a DOT on, so he could never blink in and break up that fight, and that's really what's causing issues now for Fnatic. They just don't have the additional control, and you take a look at Gabby, Satanic's up and running, nothing to mitigate that lifesteal. So the PA just gonna be really up in front and very hard to take care of.
You don't actually have anything like a Spirit Vessel on the side of Fnatic. Gabby, gonna go in. Bishop gonna be there with the Sprout. They have plenty of vision on what Gabby's up to. He's just trying to make the jump in. One up that way, goes down, and now the air he has jumped in the ages. That's been given to Gabby. Jazz gets blown up straight away on the bench. And now Fnatic once again wants to back up with the Savage. He gets critical first hit from that PA. Gabby giving him the tip mid-team fight. Now Ice trying to TP up with the flash. They end up stunning him up, and that means that Ice is also going to die on the Nature's Prophet. And TNC just look unstoppable right now.
Oh, they definitely do. Fnatic just has no ways of going into the fight. They have no answer just yet for Gab. And that's just gonna get worse and worse. Like, they need to fight as a team. They need to force these fights in tight areas, and TNC has just been really disciplined enough to always split up and never have DJ have the opportunity for massive slam. His shaker usually has high impact, but in this case, we haven't seen as much. We've seen one-man echo slams. That's it.
The focus really has been on shutting down KP with those echoes, like just trying to get the permastuns off on that Brewmaster. Because KP has been a real menace on this Brewmaster thus far. No, they just aren't able to take him down, but he just seems too tanky right now. They just don't have the damage output.
Dire's top tower
See
is
if they can do it
about
next
to
time
taste
around.
blood.
They won't defend that T2 top tower, so TNT will gladly just take it to the soul. It's like DJ's going to try and apply some pressure down a bot lane, but he's an Earthshaker. There's only so much you can do. And using up the creep. That's TP away.
Yeah, nah. What was a slight lead and fairly even on net worth earlier on is now a 6k advantage for TNC. You do have the MKB up now on Savage, so he can dish the damage out in the PA. I'm not sure if he's going to be alive long enough to get that done, though. He's always kind of been bursted down, and he's, as we've seen, very squishy. They need Ice to get that halberd off.
Allies.
Top lane, Yule's going to be there, though LSA does not connect on Ice. They won't be able to capitalize on Maybe they will. Gabby goes in the dagger. Ice, a bit of a sitting duck. Does get the halberd off this time around, but Gabby will just jump back in now with the Aegis if he really wants to. Just waiting it out as the arrow does connect on Ice, but again, they're just not willing to make the jump near that tier 3 Dire tower. Dead TNT, back out of there. No reason to really risk giving a team right now. They'll just take the next team fight on their terms for this Aegis. Gabby gets laid. Extra comes up from DJ for a lot of damage, and Gabby will lose the Aegis. That's an echo we were talking about. Gabby now getting face down. He needs to pop that BKB, and he does. He does blink strike away as well. Still has the Satanic if he really wants to commit it. KP, of course, committing the Brewmaster split as well, but Moon is right on top of these Brewmasters, trying to take down the Earth Spirit. KP very, very low right now. Savage going to chase him down, and looks like he will be able to morph back into the actual Brewmaster. And they won't actually be able to find a kill per se, although Tim's getting very greedy for that Arcane Room, but wait, there's a lot of damage coming out from Savage, but he'll be fine. PNC will maintain a 6k net worth lead.
Yeah, I mean, that was great for Fnatic to take out the Aegis, but not finding anything else does kind of hurt them. They expended the Exorcism, they expended the Slam. There is some downtime there where TNC, if they wanted to, could fight outside. It looks like they're happy enough to just kind of wait it out. Like, you take a look at March, he's been slowly saving up pretty Ags on that Phoenix, just about 600 gold away. So once you have that up and running, the Egg's gonna be alive for a long time. You've got a way to save one of your allies as well. As long as you land those Fire Spirits out, it is a tough choice for Fnatic in trying to focus down that Egg, as long as the team fight's still kind of breaking out. So a lot more tools still flying out for TNC. The delay is still playing to their favor. It's just an Aegis they lost. They're not going to be feeling too bad about that. It was probably about to expire anyway.
It's kind of a matter of how the Fnatic take to the team fights as well, right? Like, you saw if they can find that big echo on Gabby by himself, it's well worth committing it. Just be able to try and delete this this pause 1 of TNC. But I doubt Gabby will make the same mistake again. Especially if he does not hold the Aegis himself, he probably definitely won't do that. So we'll see how they take the next team fight.
Yeah, and there's that Ags up on March now. So really beefy Egg coming out. Again, just makes it harder for Fnatic to choose their targets in these fights. They want to focus on KP. They want to focus. Now you have to worry about a really tanky Egg. It makes it really hard for Fnatic to find a proper target. And again, they've been trying. Right, they've been trying on KP, hasn't worked out. They can do it on Gabby, but the only reason Gabby was that far forward anyway was because of the Aegis. And as you mentioned, he's probably not going to do that again. So Fnatic has to still find a way into these fights.
The question's just how. It just seems like it's all on DJ to get those big fishes and echoes out. Could hope for a huge swap from Jabs. It's really not that easy, especially with such high mobility heroes on the side of TNC. They can always just blink their way out of there, or leave instead. Yeah, Moonlight Shadow, but KP has revealed it by taking out those DP illusions. TNC just biding their time, waiting for the perfect moment. Next Roshan, still going to be a while away.
Yeah, I mean, all this time saving up is giving Gabby the time to just finish up the Abyssal. So he's just about, I think he just about has the gold if he wants to risk no buyback, and that just means you have all the control in the world now with a PA. Pretty much kitted up as much as you'd want. And again, it makes it so hard for Savage to trade there, because all he has is a BKB. So you get a lucky bash off with a dagger, or just straight up blow the Abyssal on, Savage is just dead.
See Savage, he's going to start building into a butterfly now. Let's make it a little bit harder here for Gabby. We won't have anything like an MKB. Could always try to go for a Divine Rapier later if we get to that point where he needs one. Fnatic. PNC. They have to fight into their own high ground here. Here's KB. They do burst on Jab straight off the bat, and now the egg leads there for the Phoenix and Gabby. He does find Savage with so many passes on that PA. Now wants to Moon on the DP. He can't really survive this, or maybe he can. He'll try to run out of there, but they're going to lose DJ as well, and they're just sitting ducks right now. Moon is going to die, and Ice's the only man left standing, and he is not going to be standing for long. He will run for his life. It's going to be a slow kill after Ice, but TMC, a full team wipe, and they lose nobody.
That was Fnatic on the high ground as well. They had the positional advantage. They could not get anything done. Jabs just died way too fast. He got bashed. He couldn't use that Ghost Scepter. So the PA just went right in and melted, and this is the biggest issue now for Fnatic. Gabby has no solution. There is no way to hold this PA down. Like, the halberd's not enough. You know, everyone's just kind of a sitting duck. And now with even the 25 talent up in Gabby, with a stifling dagger talent, you just throw out the dagger, one of them crit or one of them bashes. It's an easy commit. You're not going to be scared of any sort of follow-up anymore.
Even better than match on strength to Roshan with PNC. You're going to fight into an Aegis now with the cheese and those triple daggers. In fact, make that a refresher shard as well. KP going to have the double split available on that Brewmaster if he so wishes. Could also see the double Laguna if they want to switch it out to Armel later on, but it doesn't seem like they need that kind of burst right now.
Nah.
I mean, the primal split is the real reason why TNC is having such a great time in these team fights. It's just allowing Gabby to do whatever he wants without being contested whatsoever. It's just creating way too much havoc.
Yeah, it's getting really hard for Fnatic to find that opening, and I think they're gonna need to maybe build up a bit more on DJ. It does look like he's saving up for the BKB on the Shaker, although
he'll just Ghost Storm TP out of there. DJ gonna just continue to hide in the tree line, but throws out a Fisher, links TPs as well. TNC feeling very, very confident. They'll start pushing into that bottom tier 2 tower now. That's the kind of creep you love to see. 1.5k. That poor creep wave.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's just got so much lifesteal right now, Gabby. Like with the Satanic and the Paladin Sword. It's kind of insane amounts of lifesteal. I don't know how you're gonna blow this man up, but they're gonna try. Sprout, Fish is there, but he has the Sun Ray to heal him up. A bounty has been placed on Tim's head. Are you really going to be able to claim that bounty? Probably not.
yeah, and TNC, they're just gonna slowly siege up. Again, they're not in a rush. They've got the 20k advantage here. They know Fnatic needs to really coordinate in this team fight. They're really depending on DJ to still land at Slam. And TNC has been so disciplined. They never have KP right next to Gabby. They always kind of flip the Heroes apart. This allows March to get a good position for the egg and back as well. And there's just no way for Fnatic to commit.
TNC starting to slowly make their way back up top, but back on Eyesight side, Sparrow to fight through as well, but nothing's in there. Now the swap in, onto Gabby, but he just fights back. In fact, Jabs gets blown up. Now the egg right in the middle of the team fight. Who do they focus right now? Gabby jumping on the Weaver against Savage. He's in so much trouble. He will not die. They'll go after Moon instead. Jabs will buy back. Eyesight side about to die himself and will eventually go down. They'll try to follow up on Gabby, but he still has the Aegis. Savage coming back in. Gabby feels very, very low, but not playing though. As the Echo DJ, he does at least get the Aegis. Yule's up on that Earthshaker, however, they're going to punish him for that. Swap out some Jabs, but they are on top of him. There goes Savage. Gabby takes him out. Now Moon's going to be in trouble. A nice issue with the lasing, but Gabby again just critting through the daggers. bring it up. He's gonna find Dams as well. This man is critting on the man, and that is GG.
Under attack.
TNC pull off the first game victory. You know, we were talking about it in the draft stage, John. You would have argued Fnatic would have been the favourites going into this, but TNC, at least for game one, have shown up.
Yeah, they've been shaken out from the rut seen them last time. They certainly are playing a lot more active and
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Такая халява.
Normally.
Такая халява.
Prepare to make way.
Feel
Who
better
made
already.
you captain?
It's pronounced Admiral. Seconds to battle. Time for another go-round, Tide Hunter.
Bring it on, Sea Dog!
First blood!
First blood! The end is set in motion.
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Tide Hunter.
get a ban. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Ban.
The Dire get a ban.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Here's the Radiant ban.
Dire's turn to pick. Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Chen. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a ban. Morphling. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. What'll it be?
Radiant's turn to pick.
Earth Spirit. Dire's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Here's the Radiant Band.
Place.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Riki.
Choose your hero.
What the f just happened?
Where did I go?
再见了，宝贝儿。
That was not wise. That was not wise.
Prepare for battle.
스캔 돌려야 된다고요.
I saw that ending from miles away. They'll never find your grave.
Wait.
30 seconds to battle.
See you later, nerds.
Такая халява. 再见了，宝贝儿。
And we're clear for running. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor. Are Radiant using echolocation?
They'll never find my grave.
Double damage.
Middle tower is under attack. First blood! Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is drowning. What have we here? Good for my tower.
Death's bounty.
Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
It's
What's this?
sinking,
Dire
just
fortified their
like
structures?
your ships.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this danger.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Warriors of the wood.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Regeneration.
Spout!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And after them. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That should help.
Bounty. Double kill!
I'd have done that one for free.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a Radiant fortified their structures. Attack the heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower has rung its last bell. What's this? Dire fortified their structures?
Radiant think fortification can save them.
Any port in a
A
storm.
Radiant using echolocation? Dire's top tower is under
Killing
attack.
spree! Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Radiant's middle tower just keeled over.
Die well, but fought. What blasphemy is this?
Dire have the spyglass at hand.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Killing spree!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dominating! Radiant structures are fortified. Fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Mega kill!
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
What have we here?
Radiant's Gloria just drowned in a pool of blood.
What did you hope to gain from that?
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Time Hunter.
Double kill! Top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire structures are fortified.
Fool for my tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Dire's middle tower is drowning. Killing spree!
From miles.
再见了，宝贝儿。Come.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I saw that ending from miles.
May be inevitable.
Double damage.
Seems straight.
Double kill!
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
My thrift reward.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower. Radiant structures are fortified.
Regeneration!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Of another. Mega!
Killing spree!
A shot.
They just...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Dire structures are fortified.
Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
It's sinking, just like your ships.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Double damage!
The seeds of fortune.
Don't mind if I do.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower couldn't withstand the tide. Unstoppable!
Double kill!
Triple kill! Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Why prolong the inevitable?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dire structures are fortified.
Radiant's middle tower just keeled over. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Radiant better raise a defense for their bottom
Radiant's
barracks.
bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
The target practice.
Dire are scanning for enemies. Roshan falls again, like Kunkka Orca will!
Drinks are on you!
Monster kill! Dead in the water.
Oh, you didn't see that coming. A canary!
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Radiant's top tower just got sent to the bottom.
They're trying to break down Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks are fallen. Godlike knowledge! The tide turns against Radiant's top barracks.
Always against them. Odin!
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Dire victory! Time to play God.
kuan lagi ani basta mag-stream ka dapat ang imong connection walay putol.
Your prayers are answered.
I turn magic aside. The magic ends here.
I am Zeus. You heard me.
I bring an end to magic.
Is it cold in here, or is it just me?
Five seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
The Dire get a ban.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ah. 10 seconds. Dire's ban now.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds
Dire's
remaining.
turn to pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ancient apparition.
Ten seconds. The Dire get a ban. Ten seconds.
5.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
He won't have that popular option like the Earthshaker or the Tiny. They even banned out the Clockwork themselves on the side of Fnatic in case they wanted to try and run a support clock. Fnatic.
Radiant's turn to
Over a
pick.
minute of reserve time left. They do go into the Bounty Hunter. It's another one of those heroes that can really capitalize off these squishy supports that RR already have. Especially that AA. That AA is going to have a very, very rough time throughout this game. That Bounty is going to be able to consistently get those Janata strikes off and just keep making it a very, very difficult time for this 4 pos 5. As well as that of course, the Trax is going to be very nice to be able to just snowball out of control here for the side of Fnatic. When you've got an early kind of farm core like a troll who doesn't necessarily need many items to be up online and get into the team fights with his team, having abilities like Track is going to make it that much better. Not only to make sure that the troll doesn't get kited, but giving him that bonus gold is just going to allow him to just snowball out of control, and you can go for a very, very early push if you are Fnatic this game, assuming you have a good time with this Bounty Hunter. Not to mention it is very, very strong in lane, or can be depending on the matchups. RR though.
Dire's
minute of reserve time left, but they go into that offlane Pangolier. A very disruptive kind of offlane to have. They could also force him into the pos 4 position or even the mid, but I don't think I'd see Alacrity playing the Pango in the mid lane, so it should be an offlane Pango. If that's going to be the case, however, you're either looking at a pos 1 Prophet or a position 4 Prophet.
5 seconds
That one I don't really
remaining.
know how to feel about in this matchup against Fnatic. I don't think the pos 1 Prophet's going to be the way to go. The position 4 could be okay, however, but the Sprout will be nice and disruptive there for the troll. You just sprout him during battle trance and he can't do anything. I just don't see it being that effective as a position 1 in this game. And I don't think they will run it as a pos 1. I'm sure they'll choose something else. Give it over to Hustler to play that pos 4. Still Fnatic. 4th pick now. This is that point where you probably will see the Ice hero pop out. There is still the chance you could see something a little bit more unique, like the offlane Bounty, which does get run occasionally, but I think they'll go for something more frontlining for Ice. No, it is going to be an offlane Bounty. They go for the Tree and Protector now. That should be a position 4 Tree and Protector out from DJ. They are going to give farm priority over to that Bounty Hunter. I'm not 100% sure how to feel about that one. Like, that can work in your favor because you can get the crazy amount of levels up. You can just start, again, snowballing out of control with your team on that Bounty.
5 seconds remaining.
But you don't really have a decent frontlining kind of hero, apart from maybe the Treant, but even he's not that amazing at that. Perhaps Fnatic are just going to kind of rely on the fact that they have the Overgrowth, they have the Winter's Curse. It's going to make it hard for RR to actually break the gap. So now RR go for the mid OD pickup. another way of locking down that troll wall or drink battle trance. Obviously works very nicely up against the Winter Wyvern and Treant Protector as well, because you can just astral whoever's being targeted, assuming you can get them through the range that you have. And it can essentially make it so Fnatic might just waste some spells here, trying to take down a particular target from RR.
Here's the
I think that was actually a very nice pick from this Radiant side. But final ban-outs now, Fnatic, they do ban out the Void. Of course, the Void OD combination, quite a disgusting one, especially when you have the AA there as well. They don't want to have to deal with that. And Reality Rift now, they are looking for a Moon Hero to ban out, I believe. Something for that mid lane.
10 seconds.
I wouldn't quite blame him for just banning out something like a Lena here. Up against the OD, there's not too many heroes that enjoy themselves. You may just see a Lena ban coming out from RR just so they can make that mid lane as hard as possible for Moon. Hunter, of course, going to struggle a bit if he is too low on HP. Apart from that, however, I guess it's also flexible because you can run the OD second and Bloodseeker mid if you need to, and Fnatic end up going for a Tinker pickup. Alright, well that's one I wasn't really expecting to come out at all. As far as I was concerned, Tinker's kind of dead right now, but Fnatic feeling confident with this hero, bring it out. Down the screen of the draft now. Man, that's really unexpected here. It doesn't do too bad up against the OD though. Like, Alacrity's going to be able to Astral Moon quite often enough, but you are also going to have the laser of Moon to slow down Alacrity's farm. So they should essentially just be trading farm in that mid lane.
5 seconds remaining.
You won't care too much about Bloodseeker either. It ruptures you and you just TP out. And in fact, we are going to have a position for Pango. It is going to be an off-lane Nature's Prophet, it seems. More intrigued about what Fnatic's up to here with this Tinker pick. You've got plenty of D push up against the Prophet now with the March Machine Spam. Obviously some great teamfight ability with Moon on that Tinker. I doubt they're going to try and play the farm game here up against RR. But they definitely have a substantial amount of high ground defense with that Treant and that Tinker. There's just no way you're going to be able to breach the high ground if you are RR. Unless you get a full team wipe, of course. We'll get into the game. Game number 1 between RR and Fnatic, and it's just coming off a draw up against TNC.
Prepare for battle.
Would love to try and secure a 2-0 victory, but you can't really underestimate the Radiant side either. As, we did see in previous tournaments, RR can be very, very dangerous if you're not too careful. And they tend to get better as a team as time goes on as well. Apparently, all the tips are going to be placed, or rather, all the bounties will be placed on Hustler. Hustler. There's a fourth one, Hustler. Don't run off the staircase right now. You're going to be surrounded. DJ is going to be there as well, just waiting up for the swashbuckle, and that is some value right there from Fnatic. How do you predict all this? A fifth going to come out on poor Hustler. He is worth so much battle points now. Can they finish the job if they can? DJ claims all the bounties from the side of Fnatic, and the tips come out. They'll give some battle pass points back the way of Hustler. But what a way to start off this match. In fact, another bounty being placed immediately after that. DJ just has no chill on that bounty. I suppose I should also mention that he's going to get off-lane pain protected by Eyesight Sights, which is not what I was expecting. He's going to find over this bounty rune. DJ going to run in as well, but they got the silence off and it's a Drew. They will lose that core Eyesight Sights train protector. And now DJ and Drew are going to be forced to just trade harass, but Drew doesn't really want any part of this right now. He just wants to get back to his lane and start parting up. But I'd say overall it was a decent start from Fnatic and RR together. Fnatic definitely had a better start by finding that first blood and the 5 bounties. This off-lane tree protector. What are they trying to get out of this? So giving those levels over that tree can make it quite a devastating kind of hero. But in terms of scalability, it doesn't scale that well.
Fixered.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Chill, baby. Chill, baby.
What's this? Dire fortified their structures?
Radiant think fortification can save them.
Any port in a storm.
My thanks.
Precious bounties.
To Radiant's middle tower.
It's sinking, just like your ships.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
Veins run empty.
Killing spree! Double kill!
Feed the flayed twins.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
stiff win. Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Radiant's courier is drowned in a pool of blood.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Don't mind if I do.
Enough.
For the twins.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant fortified their structures. Attack Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Tidehunter.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's middle tower. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire have the spyglass at hand. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The seeds of fortune.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower has rung its last bell.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant structures are fortified. They try to break down Radiant's top tower.
Radiant's top tower just got sent to the bottom.
Really tight, Hunter.
Are Radiant using echolocation?
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Just
Double kill!
I didn't come here to see my enemies grow.
Pew, 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 pew.
You know what, Cookie? You know what, Cookie? Ooh!
Behold the scourge of Icewrack.
Dire's middle tower is drowning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Contract complete.
What's this? Dire fortified their structures?
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Didn't see that coming.
The Dire get a ban. Ten seconds.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Points away.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick.
Queen of pain.
Dire's ban now.
Puck!
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
Radiant's turn to pick.
10. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to bat.
Morphling.
Yeah. 5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a ban. Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Storm Spirit.
Here's the Radiant ban. Five seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's ban now. Seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick. Earth Shaker.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Trient Protector.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Here's the Radiant ban.
Bad Rider!
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a ban. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Weaver.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. 10. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
'Dire's ban now.
Alchemist.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Void incarnate.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Templar assassin.
Choose your hero. Slamming. Ooh, aftershocks.
Prepare to make way!
Who made you captain?
It's pronounced Admiral.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
再见了，宝贝儿。
30 seconds to battle. Cast off the lines. We embark for battle.
Dire's courier has been killed. I could eat one of those.
This game is on! Radiant's courier just drowned in a pool of blood. First blood!
Dire's middle tower is drowning. went belly up. To take the plunge. Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Dire's middle tower is drowning.
That should help.
Draw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
It's sinking, just like your ships. Radiant think fortification can save them.
Any port in a storm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Regeneration!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Time Hunter.
show you. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Anything for you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hard landing. Radiant's courier has been killed. Swallowed up by a bigger fish.
And then by me. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is under attack. Killing spree!
Double kill!
Dire's middle tower has been denied. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is gone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant fortified their structures. Attack the hero!
Cannot truly pierce the void.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Dire are standing for enemies. Double kill!
The temple won't protect itself. That's why
Radiant's bottom tower is
Killing
under attack.
spree! My little faith. tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Killing spree!
Are Radiant using echolocation?
Retreat to my house.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge. Dominating! Ownage!
Burn to a crisp.
was your own damn fault. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's middle tower is drowning.
Invisibility!
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is gone. bottom tower is about to flounder. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My friend reward.
Mega kill! Slamming. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What's this? Dire fortified their structures? Radiant structures are fortified.
Dire's middle tower is drowning. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's middle tower is under pressure. Dire's middle tower just got knocked down. Dire's middle tower is drowning. Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Unstoppable!
Dire's structures are fortified. And Dire's bottom tower couldn't withstand the spree.
That was genius.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
Well, that set the game back.
Dominating!
Unstoppable!